my channel. So today's tutorial, I am so happy with it. I'm going to be showing you how to create some Christmas tree DIYs using Dollar Tree products, but all 4 of these DIYs incorporate real wood that you can buy at Dollar Tree. We're proud of how tall I got the Christmas tree to be, because you take a scrawny looking Dollar Tree Christmas tree that looks like this, you know, tiny, nothing much to it, and then you can make it taller and much fuller. So for this video, I'm gonna aim for the same goal I did for the last 2 Christmas DIY videos. If we could get this video to 5,000 thumbs up, I promise this upcoming Monday, I think it's November 19th, I will upload another Christmas DIY video. This time I'm going to do a glam theme. So if you wanna see that by Monday, please give this video a thumbs up. 5,000 is the goal. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not, and click the bell button so you're notified every single time that I upload. With that being said, let's begin the tutorial.
Let's start with the red truck. So for most of these DIYs from Dollar Tree, you're going to want to get their tumbling tower game, and you're going to find this near the toys, and this is made of real wood. What type of wood? I'm not entirely positive, but it's real wood. So you'll start off by taking 2 of those blocks and gluing them together vertically. Then you'll attach 6 blocks on top of each other that are lined horizontally, so you want to make 7 of these. So 7 rows of 6 blocks lying on each other horizontally. Initially, I glued the first 6 pieces that I made on top of those 2 blocks that I glued on vertically, but then I realized it was better to make each row separately and then attach them once all of those rows were done. It goes without saying you don't have to glue all the blocks exactly the way I did it, but I'm telling you how I did it. So once I had those 7 rows done, I attached them to each other, and then I add 2 more blocks on the other end that are laying vertically. Now hopefully I can explain what I did for the tires. What I did is I took a block and placed it down at the bottom so it's not attached directly to that bigger piece of wood. And then I take another block that is going to lie on top one of the pieces that is attached to the bigger piece of wood, and then the other piece that's just at the bottom. So you're basically creating a square shape, but there is a gap between the blocks to make it look a little bit more like a tire. Once I have that square formed, I add 2 more blocks to the top and the bottom of it. You have to create a thickness to the tires so that the truck stands up straight. Now for the top of the truck, what I did was I just took 2 blocks, glued them to each other so they're lying vertically on top of each other, and I made 2 of those rows to the front of that top of the truck and then 3 to the back of the top of the truck, and then I put some lying horizontally where that square part is, the window of the top of the truck. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but you can see what I'm doing. It's a little hard to explain. Not the best at explaining things. I'm not Martha Stewart. You do you, boo. Do what's best for you. I ended up adding 2 more pieces to the back of the truck because I decided I wanted it to be a little bit longer. Now, you want to add some blocks to the back of your truck, so it just depends what the back is to you. But you want to add some pieces of block there and kind of build it up a little bit so that the truck can stand up on its own. And by adding these pieces of blocks to the back of the tire, this will help the truck stand up. You add these pieces to the bottom of the tire because that is what's directly touching whatever surface that the truck lies on top of. That's where you need it to be more stable. Now, once you have this all glued down, you can paint it. I'm painting the truck red, and then I'm painting the tires black. The paints I'm using cost me about 50 cents at Walmart, so they're not expensive at all. For the fun part, decorating the truck, I'm using these Christmas miniatures from Dollar Tree. There's 2 Christmas trees in 2 different sizes. I go ahead and I remove that bottom snow piece off of the Christmas trees. The first Christmas tree I attach is the bigger one, and I just kind of center that onto the blocks, and then I glue it down with my hot glue gun, and then I add the smaller of the 2 Christmas trees right behind the bigger Christmas tree. Off camera, I ended up adding some holly berry I got from Dollar Tree to the Christmas trees. Now I took this Greenery piece off of an Ornament from Dollar Tree, and I'm gluing that to the back of the truck. I think this looks really nice this way. Then I added some holly berry to the front, so it's kind of acting as the headlights. And then I decided to paint Merry Christmas using some black paint on the center of the truck. You can always get stencils to paint it, or you can get stickers. It's kind of up to you, but I ended up freehanding it. Hollyberry at the front ended up looking kind of like a reindeer nose to me, so I decided to add some more to the front so it wouldn't look like a reindeer nose. I added a little pine cone and then some garland to the front. Then I decided to add some garland to the back of the truck, and that's how I made the red truck. Dollar Tree has gotten so much red truck decor in lately, and I know they'll never carry anything this big, so I really wanted to make something like this using Dollar Tree products. Now moving on to the 4-foot Christmas tree with the little wooden base. Let's start with the crate. You're going to take your blocks, you're going to glue 7 blocks together so they will be laying horizontally, so on the sides of them. You're going to glue 7 of them side by side, and you're going to create 6 of these. So that means you'll have 6 rows, and each row has 7 blocks glued to each other. And then you're going to have another 6 rows with 6 blocks glued to each other. Once you have those rows all done, it's time to make the front, back, and sides of your crate. So the front and the back, so what I consider to be the front and the back, will be the longer pieces, so the ones that have the 7 blocks on each row. You just want to take 3 of those rows and attach them to each other, so you have 2 sets of those, and that will be the front and the back. And then the other rows, the ones that have 6 blocks going horizontally, those will be the sides. Again, it just depends on how you actually view this crate and how you set it up in your own home, but that is what I considered the front, the back, the sides. Now once I have the front, back, and the sides all done, I can then attach all of those pieces together. It's up to you if you want to add a bottom to this. I did, so what I needed was 16 rows of 7 blocks. And then before I attach them to the crate, I place them inside of the crate to make sure it's going to fit properly. And then I remove the sides of the crate, and then I attach all those rows together. Then you can attach the sides of the crate to that bigger chunk of wood. I will say this, if you take pieces of block and glue them around the inside edges of the crate where the bottom and the sides meet, this will make the crate so much more sturdy. And that's what I ended up doing. And it's especially helpful if you end up using a hot glue gun like I did, just because hot glue isn't a sturdy glue. Time to make the 4-foot Christmas tree. From Dollar Tree, you want to pick up 4 of their 12-inch Christmas trees. Now the top of these Christmas trees, if you move around the branches, you will reveal the rod, and there is a hole in the rod. Now for the very top of the Christmas tree, you want to keep that top part there, but you want to remove the bottom rod, and to use this, just use a pair of pliers. It'll snap the rod off, and then once you have that piece snapped off, you then have to use your pliers again to make the hole more visible, because what the plier is going to do is it's going to squish the rod, and you got to open up the hole again in the rod. You will do this to the very top 3 Christmas trees. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking a wooden stick that I got at Walmart for 39 cents. You'll find it in the crafting section. They have 2 small sizes. You want to pick up one of the 2 smaller sizes. Anything bigger, it's not going to fit perfectly through the rod. So I'm putting 3 of those Christmas trees through that rod. And for the very bottom Christmas tree, you don't have to do anything to it except for put the legs that come with the Christmas tree on the bottom of it, and then just put that through the rod as well. Now go ahead and open up your Christmas tree by opening up the branches. I recommend applying some hot glue wherever 2 Christmas trees meet, because it's going to spin around when it's on top of the rod. The hot glue is going to stop it from spinning around. Now this Christmas tree is super sad looking, so to make it more full, you can get the garland from Dollar Tree. There's 15 feet in each pack of garland, and just wrap that around the Christmas tree, and this will make it look so much more full, and also help in the areas where it looks super wonky wherever like 2 Christmas trees meet. I ended up cutting pieces of garland and gluing them to the tree to create more of a branch effect. Now I added some fake snow to my Christmas tree. This is just fake snow in a can. It was $1.25 from Dollar General. I prefer to use white spray paint just because it dries completely. Final things I did was stick the Christmas tree inside of the crate. I added some fake snow. The fake snow was actually just pillow stuffing from a pillow I had. Dollar Tree does carry fake snow. And I wrapped fairy lights around my Christmas tree. So that is it for this Christmas tree. It totally reminds me of the Christmas trees that you buy like on a farm or something when they have them on top of pallets. And that's what I really like about it. That's why I decided not to paint the wood. Now moving on to this cute mailbox. I'm actually really super proud of this one. So from Dollar Tree, you want to pick up some of the rolling pins. I'm going to be using 2, and these are made of real wood. Now this time around, I decided to get this little wood plank piece from Michael's. It was 99 cents. Instead of using the Jenga pieces, I just want to show you that there are other options out there. You don't have to just get everything from Dollar Tree. And to glue this together, I'm going to be using wood glue and hot glue. The reason I'm using some hot glue is because I want it to dry more quickly because I'm filming and I don't want to wait around forever. So I attach one rolling pin to the center of that wood plank using the hot glue and wood glue. Then I attach another rolling pin on top of the initial rolling pin. It's up to you how tall you want to make this, but I only ended up using 2 of those rolling pins. Now for the top of the mailbox, I am going to be using this Mailbox Gift Box from Dollar Tree. There's a bunch of different designs, but this is the one that I chose. What I do is I take one of the rolling pins and I trace that shape on the back of the mailbox. I then take a razor and I start kind of cutting and poking a hole through the bottom of the mailbox. I don't cut a perfect circle because I don't want it to end up being too loose. I just kind of do enough where I can go ahead and put the rolling pin through the bottom of the box. I decided to paint the wood red, and I'm just using the red that I used on the truck. I decided to wrap some garland around the rolling pin, and this will help hide where both of the rolling pins meet and makes it look more cohesive. I did decide to add some fake snow to the garland, and I topped it off with a bow that I got from Dollar Tree. I added glue to the back of the bow. I thought that that would be more secure than the little piece of like rope that it comes with. It's not that secure. To secure the mailbox, I decided to add some hot glue inside of there around that rolling pin, and then I wanted to make a little letter, so I got this letter box from Dollar Tree. I took the lid, I cut off the edges to that lid, and then I cut down that little letter so that it fits inside of my mailbox and it looks the way that I wanted it to look. So I used some scissors to do it and hot glue, and I called it a day. You can make a little letter if you want to out of an envelope that you want, but I thought this was super cute. So that's it for this mailbox. It is the cutest thing, one of my favorite DIYs I've done for Christmas thus far. Now moving on to this Noel sign that can also be a stocking holder. Again, this is kind of simple. You're going to take your blocks, you're going to create rows. It depends how long you want this to be. I used 14 blocks and I did 4 rows of that. So 14 blocks in each row, and then I attached them to each other. I used paint to paint it, but when I painted it, I was rubbing it off slightly so it looked a little bit more aged. I want it to look like aged wood. And then for the Noel pieces, I'm just using these ornaments that I got at Target for $1. So they're the same price as something you can get at Dollar Tree, except they're much bigger and they look like real wood. So I chose an N, an O, an E, and an L, and then I go ahead and I glue them on top of the wood blocks. I really wanted to add some greenery to this, so I used some of that greenery from the top of some Dollar Tree ornaments as well as pine cones. I thought this looked really nice. It added a lot to it. It helped bring out the brown tones in this. And then if you want to make this a stocking holder, you get command strips. You can get the Dollar Tree brand if you want to. Make sure you paint them whatever color it is that you painted your wood blocks, and you just attach them to the edges of the blocks. Now this is the thing. This is just decorative. You do not want to stick anything inside of your stockings because this doesn't weigh enough and it's just going to fall on you. You need more weight to this for it to be able to hold stuff inside of the stockings. It'll just be for show. It can hold stockings just fine, just not items inside of those stockings. So that is it for this real wood Dollar Tree DIY video. One of my favorites I've ever done. I'm so happy with the way everything turned out. So if you did like it, again, give it a thumbs up. Show your support. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.